Hello, dear students. I am Asha Best. Today, I welcome you all in Class 8th Geography, first chapter Resources. Dear students, we'll be studying this chapter in two parts. Today, we'll discuss the first part of it. So, let's begin. Resources. Before going to this chapter, let me tell you one important thing that in Class 8th Geography, this book specially focuses on various types of resources. In this book, all the chapters are related to resources. In your further lectures, you'll study more about these chapters. So today we are going to start with the first chapter, that is the resources. Dear students, anything that has some utility to satisfy our needs is known as a resource. Human beings are important resources because their ideas, knowledge and skills lead to the creation of new resources. As in the first line it is said that anything that can be used to satisfy a need is a resource. Human being has many need and requirements. We all have many need and requirements. So whatever that fulfills our needs and requirement is known as a resource. Now in other lines, one more important thing that comes here, that something which has utility, in the first line only, something which has utility means that is useful for us. Utility or usability is what makes an object or substance a resource. One or other thing, until and unless it is having a kind of utility that you require it will not become a resource. So for a resource, there should be utility of a particular thing. Then only that thing will become a resource. Now things become resources only when they have a value. One more important thing, that once a particular thing will have its value, then only it will be a resource. Okay, its use or utility gives it a value. Means what is the use of that particular thing and what is the utility of that thing to a particular person, that tells us about the value of that resource. Now value in terms, if we take it, is economic value or non-economic, or you can say aesthetic value. When we talk about economic value, like economic value, it includes like metals, it has economic value. Like if you purchase gold, a ring, a necklace, bangles or something else, okay, that has a value. You keep it safe with you because it has some economic value. And when we talk about the aesthetic value, like the mountain, these forests, they increase the beauty of nature. So it has the aesthetic value which beautifies our surroundings. Now, some resources can be economically valuable with time. Like if they are not very valuable today, but certainly after a certain period of time, they will become valuable. For example, take a example from your home. Like whenever you have cough cold, your grandparents tells you that have tulsi leaves, or have you can say the other home remedial things you can have to get away or to move out of that cold and cough. For that very moment, that thing will not have a value, but after a certain period of time, these home remedies, when these things are patent, means when these things are branded, if they are given a particular brand, then in future they will definitely have a value. Now type of resources. Types of resources. Here we are going to study different types of resources. There are three types of resources especially. First, the natural resource, man-made resource and human resource. Okay. Natural resource, as its name itself suggesting, that the resources which nature has given us. Okay, the resources which are there in the nature, these are the natural resources like plants, forest, mountains, river, sun. These are the natural resources. Man-made resources, using the natural resources, man has created something useful, that is man-made resources. Means man has created resources. Then the third comes the human resources. Human means the human beings are themselves a resource. Okay, they are themselves a resource. Here a flowchart also you can see. There are this tells us the classification of resources. You can have a look of this flowchart, then you will be able to understand it better. Like in previous slide we discussed that sometimes the resource or a particular thing which you are using at that point of time is not very famous, but after branding it becomes famous. Like whatever was there in past, today they have some kind of utility. Like when the human being discovered fire for the first time, at that point of time they may got scared of it, they may felt that it is dangerous for human beings, but later now you can observe the change. The fire has become a great discovery for human being. Okay, even now today the fire is used everywhere. It is a source of energy. Same example, one more example I can quote here, like the invention of wheel. Okay, the invention of wheel. Now when the invention of wheel happened in past, in earlier time, and today it has a great utility because it is used in most of the transport system. So through this you can connect that whatever is there today might not be resource, but later on in future when its value as well as its use and utility will increase, then it will turn into a resource. First of all, in detail, we'll study the natural resources. The resources which are drawn from nature and used without much modification are known as natural resources. Whatever is there in our surroundings, whatever nature has given us, as a gift for which we don't pay anything directly, that these are the natural resources. Like the water in our rivers and lakes, the air we breathe, the soil, the minerals, these are the natural resources. We have not generated all these things. These things are given to us by nature. They are free. They are gift. In some cases, tools and technology may be needed to use a natural resource in the best possible way. Like the minerals which are there inside the earth. Using a technology only, they can be brought out on the earth. So there are some resources which are used using technology. Here the picture is also given. By looking at this picture you can easily say that what are the natural resources. Now natural resources are classified into different groups depending upon their level of development. Okay, level of development, how they developed, as well as what is the use of that resource, what is the stock, and how the distribution is done. Let's discuss human made resources, or you can say man made resources. As earlier also I explained that whatever nature has given us, using those natural things only, man has created human made resources. Like using rubber from plant, man has created tires. Using wood, furniture is created. Using metal, utensils are created. Using the clay and other things, the sand, the pots are created or utensils are created. Okay, using copper, they have created the statues which we use in our temples. Okay, so these are the things, human made resources. We can give example of these things. Now human resources. Human resources are those resources, okay, which like education and health help to make people a valuable resource. Like The teachers, they are a resource for you as they are providing you education. Doctors, they are the resource for you as they treat you whenever you need them. There are many people, those who are the resource in our surrounding, those who help us. On the basis of their development, resources are classified as actual resources and potential resources. Okay, actual resources and potential resources. On the basis of their origin, resources are classified as abiotic resources and biotic resources. On the basis of their distribution, resources are classified as ubiquitous resources and localized resources. On the basis of their stock, resources are classified as renewable resources and non-renewable resources, which we'll discuss in the upcoming slides in detail. Now, human resource, there is a flowchart given. You can see human resources here: recruitment, performance, training, research, skill, employee, potential, leadership. Now let's talk about the actual resources. Actual resources are those resources whose quantity is known, means how much they exist on earth, it is known to everyone. The rich deposit of coal in Germany, petroleum in the West Asia, dark soil of the Deccan Plateau in Maharashtra, these are the actual resources because we have information about them, that how much quantity they are present in earth. So these are the actual resources. One more time I would like to explain this, that actual resources are those resources जिनके बारे में हमें पता है कि अर्थ में ये इनकी क्वांटिटी क्या है, मतलब ये कितने हैं. Okay, so these are the actual resources. Then comes the potential resources. Potential resources whose entire quantity may not be known, means we don't have the entire the information about how much quantity they are present here on earth, which are not being used at present time, are known as potential resources. These resources might not be used at present time, they might be unknown for everyone. Okay, so these type of resources whose quantity is not known, these type of resources are called potential resources. For example, uranium found in Ladakh may be used as a potential resource, means it is a potential resource because how much quantity it is in how much quantity it is having there, it is unknown to everyone. That's why these are known as the potential resources. Yes, potential resources. So dear students, here we finish with the first part of this presentation, first part of this chapter. We'll soon meet with the second part. Till then, I request you all to go through this video one more time, notice the important points and enjoy learning. Thank you. Have a nice day.